What is good, hunters? Welcome back to another video. I want to talk about how effective is the crossbow? How quiet is the crossbow? A lot of hunters are asking, trying to figure out, is it really a benefit over using a gun? And the answer is yes. Now, the effectiveness of this crossbow is pretty much situational. As I will show you here 3 scenarios that I have, you will see different outcomes, and your outcome will be different depending on a variation of things. But overall, you'll see that there's a lot of variety in using the crossbow. It's an awesome weapon, and I recommend it for anyone looking for some versatile or versatility in their hunting. It's a great addition to the game. So as we see here, I have basically some moose, I have some bison here in the middle, and I have a caribou on my right here giving me a call. So I basically want to see if I shoot this caribou, if the other animals are going to spook. Now from what I've experienced, animals outside of 100 meters will not spook. These bisons and the moose to our left, I believe is outside 100 meters. And as I kill this caribou, none of the other animals spooked. Now the bisons, on the other hand, they got alerted. So they are probably within 100 meters. But the moose over there, they're calm and relaxed. So as we can see here, in a situation like this, the bow is very effective. It's not loud. It's not going to spook a lot of animals around. Now, this caribou seems to be by itself, as I'm not seeing any other caribous are running or spooked. I'm not getting any feedback on that. So we can assume that the caribou is by itself. So in this scenario, obviously if the caribou is by itself, or any animal is by itself, you take it out, you take the shot, and animals within the vicinity should not spook. So that's great. That's great to know. Now when it comes to using the gun will have a wider range of effect. So animals are going to spook further. So we look at the moose, on the open field over there, and I'm going to take one of these bisons out to see if the moose is going to spook. So as you will see here, you'll see that there's an advantage to using the crossbow. You're not going to make a lot of noise. You're a lot more stealthier. You can stalk a lot more effectively compared to using the gun. So you have variety and you have preference here. So as we take a shot here on the bison, everything around has spooked. Even animals that was literally out of our view up on that hill, you can see that they all got spooked. Now, one thing I want to bring to our attention is that a lot of people are mistaking herd spooking for the bow spooking animals. Now, the sound of the bow is very quiet, but what will happen is that if you shoot an animal within a herd, the herd is going to spook and they're going to run. So depending on what direction they run in, if there's animals in the vicinity, you will have some herd spooking. One herd spooking another. This is not the result of the bow, but the result of the herd spooking others. So don't get it confused, right? If that herd was to run in a different direction, there's a high chance it wouldn't spook any other animals that's within that vicinity. example, if it's running in the opposite direction. So you have to consider those things. It's very situational, and those are things you will have to consider when using the bow. Now in this scenario, I'm calling in an elk, and as you can see in the background, we have some moose grazing in the background. So I would like to see how quiet this bow is if I was to take this elk out. What kind of response would I get from those moose? Again, these things are very situational. There could be many factors, contributing to this. Is it a bug? Do we need to tweak this a little? Only time will tell. So this really is something I encourage a lot of hunters to do, is that to really, when you call your animals in, be aware of the surroundings, be aware of the animals around, and 9 times out of 10 you can take out an animal without very little response from herds that are around or animals that are around you. So as I've shot this elk, if we notice, there is no response from the moose, that herd of moose. Now we're getting a lot of bubbles here, so is that from the elk or from other elks that are with the one we just shot? I don't see any other. All I see is this one elk. He's gone, and the moose is still sitting on the hills, going on about their business. So what's really happening in this situation? Pretty interesting, I would say, because you would expect the moose to spook and run away, but clearly that didn't happen here. So again, this is very situational. You're going to get different outcomes to your hunts, and it's pretty awesome, to be honest with you. I mean, this is exactly what I think most hunters want, is to be able to take out an animal that close and not really affect the animals around it. So I really hope that this has helped shed some light on the situation here. The bow is a lot more quiet depending on the environment and when and how you choose to use it. It's an effective way of hunting, and I love using it. I didn't think I would like it this much, but it's a whole lot of fun and very satisfying to get these shots off on these animals. So let me know your thoughts, what you're thinking, what you have encountered. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next video.